How's it going, guys? WrestleMania 28 review time. So, I know it's later than usual. I usually post up my review pretty soon after the pay-per-view, like half an hour later or something like that. Now it's been like, 2 hours after the pay-per-view? But anyways, I'm just gonna give you guys my thoughts, the results of the show and all that stuff. So I'm actually going to try and go over this pretty quickly because I know, in the past reviews I always talk and talk and talk, just go into too much detail, and really the video ends up being way too long. So let's get started. WrestleMania started off with the World Heavyweight Championship match. Oh, by the way, just would like to note that I'm not going to give my review on the Tag Team Championship match, the dark match between the Usos, Justin Gabriel, Tyson Kidd, and Primo and Epico, because I didn't watch that. But I'll give you the results of that if you don't know already. Epico and Primo retained their tag team championships. That was a dark match. That was a pre-show match. You could see that on WWE.com. I'm not sure if you can still see that right now, but there was a stream for it, a live stream, before the actual pay-per-view aired, like half an hour before. So anyways, the pay-per-view starts off with the World Heavyweight Championship match, Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. Now, for those of you who haven't seen this match, I can't really rate this match. I can't tell you if it was a good match or not, because really when a match is this short, and this was very short, you can't really give it a rating because it's not really a match, even though technically, in the record books it's a match, but so yeah, what I'm talking about is the match lasted actually 18 seconds from what I hear. 18 seconds. And that is like so short, And I wasn't even looking forward to this match that much, simply because of the storyline. The feud, they haven't put too much into the feud, or haven't built it up right and all that good stuff. It's just, a match thrown together. Sheamus won the Rumble, but really, the promos between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, there wasn't much focus for that championship match compared to the other matches on the card. So, but even considering that, I still would have wanted to see an actual match. Not a 18-second freaking finisher and pin match, So yeah, as far as this match goes, it was Daniel Bryan, went for his good luck, like he always does. At least recently he's been doing that with AJ. He turns around, brogue kick, pinfall. Sheamus wins the World Heavyweight Championship, and he breaks the Royal Rumble curse. So yeah, I can't rate the match, but I know a lot of people are mad about this match lasting this short. I'm disappointed that I didn't get to see this match, because I know these guys could have put on a great match, and I'm sure these guys might be disappointed too that they didn't get, airtime to actually have an actual match, rather than, Sheamus winning the title that quickly. But, hopefully we get this match at maybe Extreme Rules or something like that, unless they make it a three-way match, I don't know. So, the next match was actually Kane versus Randy Orton. I thought this match was maybe going to start off the show, and if it wasn't going to start off the show, I thought it was maybe going to be towards the end of the card, or in the middle. But yeah, it was the second match on the card, and it was actually, I'd say, a decent match. It was a decent match, it wasn't a bad match. And I'm talking about, expectations when it comes to Kane versus Randy Orton. I wasn't expecting something, crazy like a match of the year candidate. No way. These two guys together, a match between Kane and Randy, right off the bat, looking at the competitors in the match, they're not really two guys that go well together, in my opinion. But, the match was okay. It was a decent match. And what I'm happy about is Kane won. I predicted that too. So Kane won, and I like the finish, Kane hit a chokeslam first, a normal chokeslam. Randy kicked out of that. And then the end of the match comes where Randy put Kane on the turnbuckles, and then he climbs up, and Kane grabs it by the throat and hits the chokeslam from the second rope, and then gets the pinfall. So it was actually a clean victory by Kane. No low blow, no poke to the eye or anything like that. A clean victory for Kane, which is what they should do, anyways, in my opinion. Kane, he came back with the mask so he can, you know, so he can be freaking dominant, or at least that's what us fans want to see. Dominant Kane, the monster Kane, the big red machine, not this Kane that we've seen the past couple of years, jobbing away every single time. Just recently, when he came back, he freaking first match against Cena, no contest. So, that isn't too bad. But the match after that, he loses. I mean, I understand why he lost, but he loses, then he starts this feud with Randy, and Randy RKO's him like every single week, like I pointed out in my prediction video. And then if he was gonna lose this match, it would just, like, I wouldn't be able to take him seriously anymore. I mean, come on, how could you take him seriously if he lost this match too? Then he'd just lose every single top star. What's the point of a monster if he can't beat a single top star? But anyways, he beat Randy, so no complaining from me. I'm happy about that. And Big Show versus Rhodes, that was actually the match after that. Oh yeah, and I forgot to point out actually, I forgot to point out a backstage segment after the first match and before the Kane versus Randy match. It was a backstage segment between Team Johnny Ace and The Miz was like hyping up the team and talking about himself and all that stuff, and he was getting this big speech, and after he was done, the entire team just looked away and started talking like the Miz never said anything, like they didn't care. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. So afterwards, you had some stupid commercials for Deadliest Catch, where Santino and Mick Foley and Ron Simmons were in the segments trying to promote that. So IC title match, Big Show versus Rhodes. Okay match. It was an okay match for what it was. For what, like I said in the Kane versus Randy match, considering the two guys in the match, it was a okay match. I like the ending though. The ending came where actually Cody went for the disaster kick. He hit it. But Show was actually still up. Well, he wasn't down for the count basically. So Rhodes goes for another one, just like he did with Khali, I think. But this time, Show catches him with a spear, followed by the knockout punch, and Big Show wins his first one-on-one match at WrestleMania. He gets his WrestleMania moment, and now he's the IC champion, and pretty sure he's a Grand Slam champion now because of that. So Big Show's held like every single title now. So that's pretty good for the Big Show. Honestly, as far as Big Show holding singles titles, I don't know about that. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna say anything until I see how it plays out. So afterwards, you had the Divas tag team match, and I gotta say, this coming from a guy that doesn't enjoy Divas tag team matches, this tag team match actually impressed me a bit. Actually Maria Menounos got in the ring and actually got. When it comes to celebrities, the thing is, most of the time they get offense in, but they don't take offense. They don't take punishment from their opponents. But in this case, Eve Torres was actually working on her in the match and all that stuff. Like she was, a regular WWE diva. And, the match wasn't bad, actually. So, thumbs up for the Divas match. Good job. So yeah, that's surprising to me. I wasn't expecting much from this match. I was expecting, a very, very short match where just, Kelly gets a fluke pin. I mean, they did win, by a roll up. I forgot to say this. Menounos got the roll up pin, like I predicted. By the way, I said either Kelly or Menounos would win by roll up, and one of them did. So that's cool. So afterwards, and this for me was the match of the night. This match was freaking great. I really enjoyed this match. Can't say it enough. So we had Triple H versus The Undertaker. I thought this match was gonna be towards the end of the show, but I guess they put it early on in the show to make sure it gets the time it needs, for the match itself, so they don't run out of time or anything like that. But man, was this, an awesome match. And at some point, I actually thought Triple H was going to beat The Undertaker for the streak. But yeah, that gives it away, basically. Triple H did not succeed. But just a great match overall, and a lot better than last year's match. And so at some point, in the match, Triple H keeps beating up The Undertaker with a steel chair. He keeps hitting him with the steel chair. Then goes for the pin. Taker keeps kicking out. So Triple H tells Shawn Michaels, he starts yelling at him and tells him, ring the bell, stop this match, declare me the winner. Basically, I don't want to keep beating him up. Just, declare me the winner by default or whatever. Shawn Michaels, he wasn't sure. He wasn't, he was hesitant. So he went over to ask, Taker, and Taker said no, like, don't ring the bell. So I guess Triple H kept hitting him with the steel chair. He kept on. And he kept telling Shawn Michaels, ring the bell, declare me the winner, blah, blah, blah. So at some point, like, it seems like Shawn Michaels doesn't know what to do. It seems like he might do it. Like, he might ring the bell, and Taker would lose then. So then, Taker realizes this, while he's on the ground or whatever. And HBK kind of goes close to Taker. So Taker takes this opportunity to put the Hell's Gate on Shawn Michaels to, I guess, take him out so he doesn't ring the bell. So he still has a chance at winning this match. So that was a pretty cool moment. So he takes out HBK there. But then once, by the way, when he takes out HBK, another referee comes out. And it's the same referee that ran all the way, all that long-ass ramp back at WrestleMania 24 during the Edge and Undertaker match to count the pin. And that's Robinson, Charles Robinson, yeah. So Taker takes him out too after he goes, I think, for a tombstone. And the ref counts 2. Taker chokeslams him, and the referee, like, really sells the chokeslam. He sold the chokeslam pretty badly. But here's the part where I thought, this was over. Once HBK gets up, he hits Taker with Sweet Chin Music. Then Taker turns around and it gets hit with the pedigree. That old double team move they used to do, when they reformed DX. So that was the point. I was like, holy shit, this is over. Triple H goes for the pinfall, but Taker freaking kicks out. And by the way, the crowd was, awesome in this match. It was just a great match, and it made me think, Triple H could end the streak. And I'm somebody that's like, I'm one of those guys that doesn't think anybody can end the streak. But today, last night, right now. So last night, I thought, wow, this might be it. He might pin the Undertaker here. But yeah, ending comes where basically, Taker starts dominating, and at some point Triple H goes for the sledgehammer. Taker takes the sledgehammer away from Triple H, and at some point Triple H basically gives up and just gives the suck it sign to Taker. Taker hits him with the sledgehammer to the head, and then follows it up with a tombstone. And by the way, just before the tombstone, he did that, that throat cutting taunt he did to HBK before hitting him with the tombstone at WrestleMania 26. So that, like I said, was a freaking great match. A match of the night for me. So afterwards, I think you had, the Hall of Famers, they came out like they do every single year. And afterwards was the Team Johnny versus Team Long match, which, some people might say it was a boring match. I thought it was actually a decent tag team match, a decent 6-man, yes, well, not 6-man, six on each team, yeah, but in total 12-man tag team match. And, damn, the part I don't like about this match is the winner. Not that I don't like John Laurinaitis, I do. But if I have to choose between Laurinaitis and Teddy, I was going to go with Teddy. But yeah, Team Laurinaitis wins like I predicted, even though I didn't want that to happen. And the pinfall came where Zack Ryder was basically, going to win this match. He was close to winning this match. And, when he does this, his taunt just before kicking kicking the guy in the skull while he's down on the turnbuckle, sitting down on the turnbuckle. Well, he was going to do that. He was doing his woo woo woo, and Eve just came in the ring and did the same thing as Zack Ryder, the woo woo woos, fist pump basically. And the referee took her, away. He told her to get out of the ring, so that kind of distracted Zack Ryder, which gave The Miz the opportunity to hit the skull-crushing finale and get the pinfall to win the match. So yeah, The Miz is now, he is undefeated at WrestleMania. He got the pinfall. So I guess The Miz, they might give him this edge type of, undefeated streak at WrestleMania, where he might lose at some point. So yeah, Laurinaitis is now the GM of both shows. By the way, thumbs up to Ziggler's selling of Zack Ryder's monkey flip. Zack Ryder went for a monkey flip during that match, and Ziggler sold it and front flipped, which he's done in the past, but I'm still impressed by this. By the way, at some point in the match, I don't know why they did this, but I don't know why the face team would have the idea to do this and why they think this was a smart idea. Almost all or even all of the heel team, Team John Laurinaitis, is on the outside, and they decide to take Hornswoggle and throw him at, the guys outside the ring, which was a stupid idea. But anyways, so they throw him, Mark Henry catches Hornswoggle and just throws him. But right afterwards, Zack Ryder, Kofi, and I think R-Truth all flip over the top rope and land on Mark Henry and folks. Oh yeah, and after the match, Eve low-blowed Zack Ryder. She kicked him in the nuts. And then you had Chris Jericho versus CM Punk, which was a great match. I really liked the ending. It was a sequence of just counters, reversals, which ended up with CM Punk locking on the Anaconda Vice and making Jericho tap out to retain his championship. Towards the end of the match, CM Punk locks on the Anaconda Vice. Jericho counters that into pinfall, small package, whatever. CM Punk counters that, goes back into the GTS. Jericho knees him in the head a couple of times, or hits him in the head, I think, with a couple punches. And, they just keep countering until CM Punk gets back in the Anaconda Vice and finally makes Jericho tap out. And the last time, towards the end when he, locks on the Anaconda Vice, he makes sure to position himself so Jericho isn't able to knee him in the head or punch him in the head or anything like that. So that was a pretty cool, ending to the match. And after that, you had, Brodus Clay segment where he came out, not for a match though, he came out and said we should all call our mamas. And then you actually saw some people in the crowd pull up their phones and I guess start calling their moms. So then he says, my mom's actually in attendance right now. And, this lady comes out, who's obviously not Brodus Clay's mother. And she just starts dancing. And then there's a bunch of clones of her dancing as well, So, it was, I guess, funny moments, entertaining moments. It didn't last that long, so, I'm not going to complain about it. But, some could say, you could say maybe that you could have taken this segment out and put that time into the World Heavyweight Championship match. But then again, this segment didn't last that long, so wouldn't have added much to the World Heavyweight Championship match anyways. And finally, the freaking main event, John Cena and The Rock. And this was a great match. Was it amazing? Was it the greatest match of all time? Was it, crazy freaking match, the match of the night, the match of the year? No, but it was a good match. The ending, I liked the ending. That was the best part for me. But anyways, it was a good, back and forth match between these two. It started off with kind of a test of strength, where I guess they just grappled, I guess. And Cena won that by pushing The Rock twice. And afterwards, they started doing some arm drags. So, they started off slow and then started, speeding up the pace. And by the way, the Rock hit I think 2 rock bottoms and 1 people's elbow. And as far as John Cena goes, John Cena hit 2 attitude adjustments and locked on the SCF like twice, I think. And like The Rock, he put the sharpshooter about 2 times on John Cena, straight, straight in a row. So the ending comes where John Cena's about to go for the people's elbow. Yeah, the people's elbow. So he decides to imitate The Rock, do his finisher. And that's where he made his mistake. He does the people's elbow. Well, he's about to do it. He throws his wristband. Well, not his wristband. His wristband. No, not his wristband. His armband, I guess, because it's the band he puts on his arm, not the one on his wrist. So he throws that since he doesn't have an elbow pad, and then goes to the left side of the rope. Wait, not the left side actually. The right side of the ropes. He hits those ropes. Then he goes to hit the left ropes. But when he comes back, rock bottom. 1, 2, 3, and he wins the match. And the crowd goes freaking crazy. A huge pop once The Rock won. And the crowd was pretty anti-Cena. It was mostly boos. During his entrance in the ring. Whenever he hit a punch, it was boo. When John Cena hit the punch. When Rock hits a punch, it's yay. But you actually heard some slight Cena, let's go Cena, but you also heard Cena sucks, let's go Cena sucks, but it was a slight, it wasn't very loud, so yeah. Anyways, I tried to speed this up, but obviously I failed hard. This review is now 21 minutes long, well actually a bit longer than that. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this. Well, I'm gonna stop this. That's what I'm trying to say. If I'd give this pay-per-view a rating, I would give it an 8. So, good pay-per-view. A lot better than last year's WrestleMania. Last year's WrestleMania was a bit of a disappointment to me. But this one, I enjoyed it. I mean, the World Heavyweight Championship match could have been, an actual match. But whatever. Good show, despite that. But, one thing, though, is that's annoying here is last year, these two guys, Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, were put off the card, in the dark match. And this year, we all thought, okay, this time, oh my god, they're main eventing for the World Heavyweight Championship, but the match freaking lasts 18 seconds. But like I said, we're probably going to get it, on Extreme Rules or SmackDown. And yeah, that's it, guys. So, actually, in the comment section, tell me which match, what was your favorite match on the show? Maybe some of you was actually the World Heavyweight Championship match. So anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm out. See ya.